guessing. My husband's here. Hi, welcome. Today we're going to be cutting my husband's hair. So I'm just going to be combing it out first. Make sure there's no knots. Right, so we're just making sure there's no knots. Big Mama, hi Lucia. How things? Alright, so I'm just gonna be getting my clippers. And I like to start with a number 2 first. So nothing is coming up with the 2. Alright, so nothing is coming up with the 2, so I'm going to switch to a number 1. Good night, everyone. So we're just trimming down my husband's hair. Husband, tell him how to trend it. While he is getting his hair cut, so he has to tell me what he wants done. So on this side. Right? So we just turn so that we all will be able to see that I'm cutting on this side, but you can see that he has some waves going on there. Right, so we just trim down this side and now we're gonna turn so that you all could see me doing the back. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cherise and today we are cutting my husband's hair, so you all are seeing him get a wave cut. So I started off with a #1 gun. No, I'm not from the United States, I'm from Trinidad. So this is the first time that I'm actually doing this on live with you guys. I'm just going to get my brush to brush this back here. No, that's not that side. Alright, so you're just brushing off any excess hair. Alright, so now we're gonna turn so that we can get the back area here. To get one of those spin chairs. Yeah. Alright, so we're just trimming on the back and we will come back to do the fade here, but we are just doing the general cut all around right now. Right, this hair is pretty thick because I didn't cut it in quite a while. Right, so this is how the hair is kind of like stuck in the clippers. So I'm going to take it off and we're going to take off that hair from there. Right, and then I'm going to just put back on the gun. Where are you from? I'm from Trinidad. That's in the Caribbean. That's in the Caribbean. So no, I'm not from the United States of America. So we're trimming the hair in a downward motion because you want to always cut the hair in the direction that the hair grows in, right? So the back, we're almost finished with the back. You still see some hair coming off there. but I want to make sure that everything is leveled. So the clippers doesn't have too much hair in it now, right? But I'm still gonna brush the back hair before we move on to the side. Just want to make sure that we get all the hair even from this angle. So I'm satisfied with the back, so I'm going to, we're going to turn to the side to get the other side that we didn't cut as yet, right? So I'm just brushing it. So you can see that there is a difference in the hair length. There on this side you're actually seeing much more waves happening in the back here that we would have cut already. So now it's time to cut down this side that we didn't do as yet. So there is a difference in the hair length there, right? I'm just brushing it just to make sure that everything is evened off before I cut this side here. So I'm going to pull behind the ears and trim in the direction, only in the direction that the hair is growing in. Will I be fading also? Yes, I will be fading also. But I just started to cut, so I'm just doing the general cut first. I'm using a number 1 guard to cut down the entire here, so 1 level. Right, so I'm gonna brush it through now. You can see he has a lot of waves going on there. Look at that. So we're just facing forward again, so we could just pass it throughout the entire hair and make sure the top hair is evened off, is leveled off. So I'm just going to go over around the entire hair just to make sure that everything is leveled off before we do the feed. We do have to mark, and it will be the last thing that we do. I'm just going to brush it through, and I'm using the soft side of the brush. So this is the hard side, this is the soft side, the black side, and this side that is, you know, much more brown, this is the hard side. So you don't want to work on this hard side given that you have already trimmed down the hair. You want to make sure that you use the soft side so there is no bruising of the scalp. So I'm just brushing through the entire hair, and then we're gonna turn to the side so that we can start to do the fade on the sides and then the back area before we mark. After.
So it's a tune right there?
Yeah. So I'm gonna close the guard. Take off the clippers first and brush off the excess hair from in between, right, before you start. So I'm still using our number 1. So we're gonna start the fading. Right, and we're going in an upward direction because we want to take off much more of the hair on this side, right? And then I'm gonna go in this direction. And don't forget to go back. I'm not forgetting to go back down this way. So you all could already see that the fade is coming in really nicely. I want to brush it down just to make sure that we are getting it even. Make sure you get all behind the ears here too. I'm going to take off the clippers because I want to fade down this area just a little bit more. I'm going to put back on my guard and go over the hair. Especially in this area right here. just like that, our fade on this side is complete. So we're gonna do the next side, we're gonna do the back first.
Yeah, the next one.
Next side. So we're gonna do the next side.
You need a little balance or?
Yeah. Oh, this hairline is, that's what I said I have to, we are gonna be marking last, as well as, yes, I brush his hair as well. Let's go on the next side.
Say something else.
I don't know. She nice with the clippers. Am I nice with the clippers? Right, so we're gonna do the next side. Same upward motion, just about there. Doing this slightly behind the ears as well. And then I'm going in a downward motion this way. I'm going to go back up. All I went on doing watch videos to be able to cut my husband hair, learn how to fade, learn how to do everything. So that is a bill that we no longer take part in unless he really wants to, or if I'm too busy or too tired or something, then yeah, then you know he goes to the bar. Okay. 1 second, guys. Right? So we're gonna remove we are gonna remove the guard again and fade down some more. And I just want to go in a downward motion this way, just to make sure that the fade on this side is even out. Alright, so how we looking there, guys, so far? I like it. Right? So now we're gonna do the back area. Right? So we're gonna be fading. Usually I would fade from here to here, right? Because most times that is where the durag would rest, and you don't want that kick back there happening. Right, so we still with our number 1 guard, and I'm working in an upward motion, like that, all the way up to that space there. the back there is thick, so we have a lot of hair stuck in our clippers, so you just want to remove that, and then I'm gonna go in a downward motion here. So I'm even this off here, so you're just kind of doing like a slide kick up there, nothing too much. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're just gonna give my husband a haircut. We still have to also do his beard and his face, mustache, everything. He has waves, so it's gonna look nice. So I'm gonna turn off my machine. I'm gonna take off the guard because we do want to file down this area some more, right? I want to brush off the excess hair that we have, happening. Right? And again, you're working in an upward motion. Brush off any excess hair. I'm just gonna pass on the clippers all the way down like this.
The change you got?
Yeah. Just passing it back like this to make sure everything is evened off pretty nicely. And behind the ears, because behind the ears tends to get a bit long.
You have Puree on it?
If you're afraid,
Mm.
no? Why?
You ain't got that number, Mikey?
What? I don't know what's the one because maybe
That's all
that's
well. Where's Mikey?
you know what you're so believe?
Okay.
It's not correct.
Wait, that might go.
That's my good.
You might go.
No, I need it to.
And baby, just my cup, you know what that. I just my cup, yeah, you know what that. And you make me what that with me today, I eat twice.
Okay. And just brushing the whole thing through.
Where's the...
Right, so I'm just brushing through the whole thing, and then I'm going to start to mark his hair before we move on to the face. Alright? But I like to pass the brush through the entire hair. Make sure everything is evened up. After we do the mark, I like to pass back my clippers as well. But I like to start from the side to the back area here when I'm marking first. So can you turn to the side, right?
That's it.
Let me see. Just gonna get some water, guys.
Cool. You want to support them? Yeah.
Right, so I went to get some water to be able to dip my brush in for when we are gonna mark this side, right? And I always like to get new razor blades when I am cutting, when I'm marking, right? That's so that we have no bumps or razor bumps happening or any breakouts. So I'm just using my edge brush to brush the sides, right? And adding the water is just gonna make the hair cut easier. Right, so we have that curve coming in there. I'm going to go behind the ears a little. And I'm gonna go in with some more water on this side here. It just kind of helps soften up the hair so that when you're marking, it's much easier. Causes less tension. Right, and just like that, one side is complete. Right, we're gonna do the next side and then we'll do along the front of the hairline. Same thing applies, we're gonna use some water to wet it and brush it through, just so that we're making the hair much softer to be able to cut with the razor blade. No, you cannot take me out. I am married. This is my husband here. Okay. Alright, and we're going behind the ears, same way again. So we are actually cutting his hair this time of the night because the baby is sleeping, so we're trying to do this while the baby is asleep, right? Right? Now we're going to do the front and then we will come down and do the sides of the hair. Right? So you're going to turn it off now. Right? So I like to mark the front and then do the side area. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my edge brush, wet it in some water, brush along the hairline like this, and then use our razor blade to trim it down. Right, I like to start from the center first. And you're going to bring it down all the way onto the forehead. It kind of exfoliates in the skin as well. Fun fact, I used to have to use a white eye pencil to mark out the hairline before I was able to just do it free-handedly. My husband was not about that life. Yes. He's like, you are not going to give me a benchmark, so you're going to use that pencil. I get like a pencil. No problem.
So what's your choice?
What?
Before you cut it?
No, I don't should have that.
What have you got? Oh. Yes. Great chair and I'm not sure.
No, I will show you, and it's pretty product I'm saying. why they cut. I was really joking. You're a lovely couple, and I wish you a peaceful and happy life together. Thank you very much. In this way. Yeah, we don't believe you. Thanks, sir. Right, and I want to go in this way. Right.
Yes.
Hi, lions. It's alright, it's alright. Right, so I'm gonna pass back my clippers throughout the hair, and then we're gonna move on to the face. And I'm just doing this just to make sure the hair is evened out throughout. I'm using my number 1 guard. This 1.5. Huh?
Even the clippers open on half is 1.5.
And when the clippers is open on half, it's called 1.5. So I just laid that. I did not know that all the time. There's some hair stuck in the clippers, so I'm just going to remove the clippers and brush off the hair. Hi guys, welcome. For those of you who are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe.
For the next one, you are sure. That's not awesome, isn't it? Tell her. I won't, I'm still a bit sleepy.
Are you going to bed soon? Alright, so my husband likes his mustache, not beard, his mustache taken off. So we're gonna take that completely off. I like the beard, so that stays. So jealous around my husband. In a good way. So, just gonna put on this, put some batteries in this one and remove it. Alright, so this is what we're gonna use. Alright, this is what we're gonna use to remove it. Alright? I'm sorry. You all know I'm usually on earlier in the day, but we have to do things when the baby sleeps. Right? And on a Saturday it's our Sabbath also, so yeah, I don't usually go live on the Sabbath unless I'm going to get ready for church. Right, so I'm just brushing through his hair a bit, the beard, before I cut it down, just to neaten it up a bit. Right?
Try it from the bigger ones. You see what's on top of my head? If you want that same length as the beard, right? 2? Hi, I don't know.
2?
So high.
6.
Yeah.
6.
To get that one from.
Alright, so we're starting with 6.
1.5. She would touch it.
So we did get some hair coming off of there. So the number 6 did work. I'm gonna go on the next side. And I'm kind of cutting the direction that the hair is growing in.
This is for the bottom. 6 is for the bottom. If you want to go on the side, you have to go down. Left side. Huh?
3.
Is it home so?
4. This is 5. So we're trying on number 5 now. I don't want to take off hair, much hair. I just want to kind of tame the wild hair of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the bed and then I'll go back in and trim down wherever is needed or wherever is necessary. So turn it to this side here. Same thing applies, especially as you're going onto the face. I am going to wet my brush and you're passing it onto the face like this. Right, because you don't want to cause any friction onto the face, so you want to make sure and wet it. Right, so I'm starting on this side here and I'm working my way downward like that. To the fullest part of the bed. Like that. I like to go in the next direction just to make sure that we get all the hair off of the face. Exfoliate the face really nicely. Alright, so we're just doing the sides because we want the sides here to also look neat. Can't forget the ears. Right, and we're going to go across this way here. So this part here has to come off. Hi guys, so let me know where you all are tuned in from. Right? Right. So one side is down and he is already looking extra.
Some fight we are whatever, Sean.
Yeah, boy.
Sean, I'm woman.
We tried to do this earlier, but didn't
Days
happen.
before,
And
days?
days before, yeah. I was supposed to do this since what, Friday? Tuesday. Didn't happen. Right, so we're gonna do the next side. And then I will come back and clean up the mustache. Right? Wet in it same way.
So in the end, right? I have to turn around and do the shake. And turn around intentional, look for the hand on the belly.
Okay. So gonna go and add some more motion.
So they get who's something.
All the way to the fullest point of the blade.
Turn around from the back and watch you the shoulder look at us. Try not for the belly to protrude.
Turn around and pose. And don't forget to come. Oh gosh. We have to do this side of the beard also.
No. Does she come now? We're gonna see.
So we have the other toddlers in the room with us. So you all may hear other little voices.
Yeah, we get here cut off there. You want to skip the wash part? He's sleeping. So you got me remember.
I still have to cut my son's hair. My big son's hair. So now all I'm trying is to turn in the front so that we'll clean up the mustache.
Nah, stay right there.
Yeah, right.
know. You're making it look.
And so I usually also cut my husband's eyebrows as well to neaten them up. So I'm wetting it first. Yeah. You want more? Just to take off any unruly hair that, will try to challenge us, as well as the hair in the middle. Right?
No, say that.
Kind of rush.
No, we don't know why it.
Right?
We need to, if we don't know why it, we need to.
Right, and just like that, our mark is complete, our hair is finished, but we're just gonna spritz it with some water and then put some grease and brush it a little bit. Right? So I have my spray bottle. Ah! Right? I use a softer brush.
No, I don't have this right.
No.
No, it's so funny and you know that. Come on. Yeah, it's all right.
It's a fast find, my dad. Fast find. My dad.
Right? I like to put some grease in their hair, and for grease we are using the soft and silky revitalizing hair food. Right?
My dad is me. Got in bed. No, Clarice. Give it to me. Clarice is not. Give it to me.
Right? So we would, my husband will go back in and do the extra intricate details, but like, tying it down with the durag. If he wants to add anything additional to his hair, I'm not sure. Right? Brushing through the beard.
Oh, she's so tired of this. His head. Let's give me that. Everything like it goes out now.
What?
Oh, what? My God.
Is that? No, come down. You're like, I'm taking that now with you.
So just gonna pass the clippers right to the top here.
Mama, don't put right down.
there just to kind of neaten up. Because we had some wild hair there. Did that come from there?
I saw them. Child who eats something and giga. He got bites or something. Eat bread.
He has double chins.
Right, so I'm finished with my husband's hair. We just gave him a pretty good mark and file. I'm gonna take off this. Lovely. I'm gonna do a 360.
Mommy, I'll be back.
Oh, we did that. It's looking cute.